Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome to the video. Crazy stuff happened over the night. It wasn't just a Dallas Field drama. Today, we're going to be covering everything else that happened. First, we have Pine. He explained the reasons as to why he didn't play all stage long. I know a ton of us have been missing him. I've been getting so many questions about him. Then next, we're going to talk a little bit about the Los Angeles Valiant and SilkThread. He came out on Twitch and said that he'll probably never play a game again for the Valiant, and maybe not even the Overwatch League. After that, we got some real spicy juice, some unfortunate juice actually. It seems like the owner of NYXL eSports, an Overwatch Contenders European team with players on it like Christopher, Fisher, Malzaza, Emil, Valatuja was on it, Bromas, honestly just a ton of very notable players in the European scene. This guy is being accused by Valatuja and Bromas on Twitter of owing his players over $20,000, guys. It's going to be a long video. There's so much to cover. So if you're new here, please do consider, if you have not already, I mean, what are you doing? Click the subscription button. It's so easy. Go down there, click that red button right now, guys. Also, like the video, and real quick, guys, on Twitch, I am doing a sub goal. If I hit 250 subs, I'm going to travel to Los Angeles, stay there for a couple weeks, do the content you guys want to see, interviews from players, coaches, in real life vlogs, what it's like to be at the arena, just a ton of content. So click my Twitch link down below. I stream all the time, follow, and if you do have a sub, go ahead and drop it on me. So starting off with Pine, he said a few things in his fan Discord. Obviously it was in Korean. Our trusty boy, TIS Robin 311, translated it for us. Pine said this: "I'm sorry for not attending this stage. I am sad, and I am sure all the fans are. There was a reason for that. Since the stage is over, I want to talk about it for a bit. Recently, due to stress increase from games, I came to develop a panic disorder on top of depression. So since I was bothering my teammates, I didn't participate in scrims, and I didn't participate this stage. I am preparing for the next one, but streaming was one shelter that could relieve my pain a little bit at least. Anyways, our team won the stage and I didn't do anything, but I will try to show my best form next stage. This was Pig Pine, smiley face." So this is actually a very interesting insight here, because when people ask me, "Where's Pine, Michael? How come he's not playing?" I answered with, well, you know, it's not really a meta right now that's tailored to a Widowmaker McCree main. It's really that Genji projectile role, plus Libero is just a super flex, a guy very similar to Rascal who can just play every single hero at a top level. I mean, for God's sakes, we even saw the guy in the finals pop out the Widowmaker and contest Carpe after Carpe had just finished destroying Birdring. So really, it was clear to me. I thought, you know, Libero was just the better player overall and more likely had better communication and just gave the team the better chance to win. But it seems that is not the case. Pine has been going through some personal things, and you know, as a player, I can relate to him. When you leave your home and you move far, far away, and you live in an environment where you're just playing video games all day, you're not really getting out, you don't have too many social interactions outside of playing and communicating with your team, it can get depressing. It can get dark and sad. So I really do see where he's coming from. I hope he feels better. That's really unfortunate. And I can't wait to see him back for stage 3. We all know his McCree is absolutely insane. His Widowmaker is good, but we are in an interesting position now. Sure, maybe Pine wasn't able to play last stage, but I still don't know if he would have got that much playtime. As I already mentioned, Libero, extremely flexible on every single role. And prior to the finals yesterday, the only reason I would have said playing Pine over Libero made sense is because of Widowmaker. And honestly now, I don't even know anymore after that performance from Libero. So it's an interesting position. I wonder if New York Excelsior will just give him playtime. They probably will, seeing as they always put Janice in every single set no matter what, even though most will probably agree with me that Mano is superior. Not to take any credit away from Pine, he had some incredible performances during stage 1, especially on maps like Ilios and Oasis. His McCree absolutely dominated. And that might be the only hero we haven't seen from Libero yet, and I can confidently say that Pine is probably better at, but we just won't ever know until we see Libero play it. Hopefully Pine does get better. Hopefully we do see him in stage 3. It'll be interesting seeing how New York Excelsior want to play him. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, which is SilkThread, the Los Angeles Valiant. What exactly is going on with this organization? So last night on his stream, SilkThread said something along the lines of, "I will probably never play for the Los Angeles Valiant again in the Overwatch League." A lot of people were talking about it. Since then, though, the clip has been deleted. It seems like the Los Angeles Valiant probably had him deleted off of his Twitch, so there's no footage of it. Oh, but wait, guys, we do actually have the clip. So I was editing this video, it was about done, and one of our viewers sent it to me. So thank you to him, and here you guys go.
At least he's been given that chance to prove himself and to earn his respect, right? Like, in my situation, I'm like probably never gonna play a single match again for Valiant. So it's like, as much as I wish I could have a final chance to prove myself, I don't have that final chance. So I just have to make do with what I have right now, which is the sister team. And it's like, there's lots of times where I'm like reminiscing about the past, about like what I could have done better. Maybe I could have improved faster or grinded like a little bit harder, so that things would be different now. But I mean, thinking about the past like that is kind of useless, right? There's no point in thinking about that because it doesn't change anything at all. And so it just frustrates you, it makes you more upset. So I just like don't think about it, and I've just like learned to not make expectations for myself. And so I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, yeah, I feel for Brady. It's like it's really unfortunate that he's put in this situation. It's not ideal, obviously,
but I assure you guys, it was pretty sad and depressing. And I find it really unfortunate that the Los Angeles Valiant are never going to give the guy a shot at the main roster again. And I also find it pretty weird how they have a sister team that is completely separated from the main roster. Why not just integrate everybody? You don't see any other Overwatch League going around splitting their teams in halves and calling them the sister team. Like, these guys are literally not involved with the Overwatch League at all. Just put them up for sale and kick them or something. Let them go find other options elsewhere. Honestly, I'm sure even some of these players would rather be on a contenders team starting than sitting here on the sister team for the Los Angeles Valiant. I know I would be. There's also been an uproar from the community about their Inside the LA Valiant series, where they are quote unquote trying to be real with us and show us exactly what goes on inside of these teams, which I personally think is cool. I would like if every team had a series like this. Some people have come out and said that's a big problem, they shouldn't be airing everything out like that. I don't think that's that big of an issue. I think the issue is the management. It's completely terrible, let's be honest. For starters, they've already gone through 3 head coaches, and obviously from the Inside of Valiant series, you can tell that some of the assistant coaches don't seem to be doing a very good job. Also, the way Noah has handled some of the situations on this series as well, kind of off-putting. Somebody who in the past has been praised for being for the players, such a great owner, an awesome guy to work for, which may be true, but what he is allowing to go on with the Los Angeles Valiant is not good. Let's start off with this clip from Inside the Los Angeles Valiant, where Noah quote-unquote summons Agilities for a meeting at In-N-Out Burger.
So you understand that you're going to have a shot at the main roster again.
Yeah.
But to be transparent with you, like, this is the shot, right?
Yeah.
And so I really hope that you go into this giving it everything you can and really working as hard as you possibly can and showing everyone how hard you're working and how much you're learning from Coach Moon, because, you know, this is the shot. If this doesn't work, it's going to be really hard to kind of build that bond up again. You know, I'm a big fan of yours. I'm really looking forward to see what you can do with like a more structured system.
I do.
Like,
What is going on here? We have Noah sitting down in the car, crazy setting, it's all rainy, depressed, sad, telling young Brady's son, listen, this is your last shot at the main roster. If it doesn't work out, you're getting kicked off to the side, you're gonna get all dusty and rusty with the other sister team. I just don't understand why this is so necessary. When this video was posted, we're barely halfway through stage 2, so a little under 2 months into the first season of the Overwatch League, and they're already telling one of their star players, really their only main projectile player, that this is his last shot. If this doesn't work out for you, Brady, son, you're out of here. You're done. Like, I don't understand. This doesn't seem to be directly coming from Noah. To me, it seems like the players on the main roster, Fate, Envy, Soon, and Unco, do not want to play with Agilities. Here's another clip from Inside the LA Valiant where Agilities talks about some of the criticism that he has had from the main roster.
It was difficult for me at first because of how hard I've been working to keep my spot, and I had to deal with a lot of pressure and stress from the main roster guys, and just like I had to take a lot of criticism and a lot of feedback, and they didn't do it in the nicest way, so it was hard on me mentally. And then, you know, after all that work, after all that, like trying to impress them and trying to gain their trust back, like they just sent me to the other team, and I felt like crushed.
It seems to me it has come to a situation where they have said, listen, we don't want to play with Agilities, we want you to go get us and buy us a good projectile player, somebody that can carry us. And this puts Noah in the position where he has to make those 4 starters happy, I guess his star players, and tell Agilities, listen man, this is your last shot. I don't think it's directly coming from him. Obviously the setting and the way they did it in this video is very odd. You don't really have to summon him to a meeting at In-N-Out Burger. You probably could have just sat him down at the house and told him, hey man, listen, me and you both know, the main roster, they want to see a better performance from you. I know you've been working extremely extremely hard. We just got to continue that. And obviously the criticism has been tough, but you're taking it like a champ, and I respect that. It's something we also got to work on with those other guys so they aren't so harsh, and we can deliver constructive feedback in a much easier way and show them that you are that player that me and you both know can carry this team to victory. We 100% believe in you, Agility, so let's go ahead and work our asses off, and let's achieve what we want to achieve, buddy. Between the Dallas Fuel and the Los Angeles Valiant, it really doesn't seem like they know or understand how to talk to their players properly. Like, they're human beings. You have to be careful how you word things. You can't just be straight up with them and tell them, like, this is your last shot. If you fail, you're done. It's over for you. You gotta motivate him, give him some confidence, fire him up, let him know that this is his time. He was meant for this. It's like, what are you trying to do? Make the guy cry? God damn. I understand you gotta be cutthroat at times, but it really is just too early for this type of talk. Guy's 18 years old. He just turned 18. He's fresh. He's a rookie. He could be so good. Doing something like this to a young player early in his career could really ruin his future. Completely taking his confidence away. It's not good. This should have been handled way better by Noah, as well as this whole entire sister team situation. The main reason people were upset with them is because they weren't involving these players. And what is their response? They involve them less and alienate them and put them in a different team. That's not what we wanted to see. We wanted them to be integrated into the Overwatch League team. We don't care if they're not all starting all the time. Just allow them to have a presence on the team. I'm sure they could do so much more. I'm sure they could do so much for you guys if they were just player coaches, analysts, watching in on scrims, just a whole bunch of other stuff. Sure, you could sit here and say, oh, well, they're collecting a free paycheck. Who cares? Maybe a couple of them signed up for that, but I assure you, most of them did not. They signed up to work with a team and achieve a goal in the Overwatch League. Whether they're starting or not, they thought they would be participating with the team and helping that team succeed. They're completely useless right now to the main roster, and it's dumb. So that's it for me, guys. Let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. So now let's go ahead and talk about the NYXL eSports scandal. Apparently the owner, Brandon Kim, owes players over $20,000. This all started to come out today when Volatuja tweeted this on Twitter. I think it's time for me to take a long break from Overwatch. I haven't had any success in these past 6 months, and it's not from a lack of trying. I want to express sincere gratitude to all my former teammates and fans without whom I would not have made it this far. Best of luck to those still chasing the Overwatch League dream. For myself, I'll take some time off to recharge, then return in another game. Lastly, as a warning to other players, I hope no one else has the misfortune of dealing with Dr. Brandon Kim. This man owes over $20,000 to NYXL players. And then in response to this tweet, Bromas, a former player of NYXL, put a bunch of quotes out that apparently Brandon Kim, the owner of NYXL, was telling the players, which turned out to be a bunch of broken promises and lies. So let's go ahead and read these out. You guys will come over to Phoenix October, maybe late November. We're doing the visa thing. Bromas, yours is almost done. We have deals with Arizona Cardinals, Phoenix Suns, and Diamondbacks. Almost done. It's just about who puts more money in. A personal favorite of Bromas's. Possible sponsors are concerned about having you in the team, Bromas. Ah, another big if true. We are in talks with Blizzard about buying into the Overwatch League. They want us to buy the Paris spot, but of course we want Arizona. Should be done for Season 2. So some pretty crazy accusations, and it turns out they are true. NYXL eSports made a twit-longer post today about the situation. They said this: NYXL's current situation. NYXL has been going through a lot of internal turmoil for the last several months, and it's gotten to a point where I believe the best option is to address the problems publicly so that we can move forward into a better direction. NYXL has overpromised and underdelivered to everyone, but especially our players. When we first started, our CEO promised a different kind of esports team, one that was transparent, trustworthy, and committed to changing the shady landscape. It's become clear now that those words have been empty for some time. Goalposts began to shift, salaries were delayed and underpaid, and promises started to evaporate. Big deals that were dangled in front of us turned out to be mostly illusions. This post is not meant to throw mud and blame. I personally ignored a lot of red flags that I should not have, and potentially could have stopped things before they got this far. I want to take responsibility for my actions in all of this. I certainly did not live up to my duties as the COO of the team. It is, however, important to me that I make it clear who does not deserve to be painted with the same brush. Our director of players, director of team operations, coaches, and players have all dedicated countless hours to their lives for the past many months towards a common goal of succeeding in contenders. And my heart is heavy that factors outside of their control have affected our chances. Our goal all along has been to make a name for ourselves in contenders, but this is not the name we sought. We still want our talented players and coaches to have the best opportunity to showcase themselves and as staff. We'll stay and help until the end of the season. If the players want, we'll be dropping the Moasic name and competing under a new one as soon as we can allow the team to rebuild from scratch with a more stable foundation. So this came from a guy named KINGmykL. He is the COO of the whole entire company, and apparently he's throwing Brandon Kim, the owner, the CEO, completely under the bus, putting all of the blame on him, and it seems like Valatuja and Bromos both blamed him only, and not anybody else from the staff. But still, this kind of seems like a cop-out coming from the COO. He admitted himself, he said there were red flags, he should have known, he should have seen them, he should have stopped all of this sooner. Obviously he didn't, and now what, is he the owner? I don't understand really what's going on here. Who owns the contender slot? Blizzard must step in. They need to figure out and get to the bottom of this, because these players have been completely mistreated. Everyone should feel horrible for them. This is one of the worst situations you could ever be in as an esports player. Being on a crappy organization who doesn't pay on time, then underpays, and fills you with a bunch of lies and empty promises is the absolute worst. They are absolute cancers to esports. Again, as I said, Blizzard must step in. They need to take control of this situation. They need to award these players the spot. I don't know who this KINGmykL guy is, the COO, or anybody else involved in this organization. They should not have ownership of this contender spot. Blizzard needs to find a fair way to give it away to the players. This whole situation is honestly extremely messed up, and I can't help but feel for the players. And that's it for this video, guys. And that's all the juice we got for today, guys. Thank you for watching the video. It was another double upload. I hope you guys enjoy these. And if you aren't already, guys, please do consider dropping that subscription. It's so easy. Go click that red box. Do it right now. Like the video. This way you'll never miss out on any updates from the Overwatch League, whether it has to do with drama, signings, predictions, power rankings, recaps, interviews. I do a whole bunch of stuff, guys. It's anything related to Overwatch League you'll find here. Again, check out the sub goal on my Twitch if you want to see in real life content in Los Angeles with the players and teams. And that's it from me, guys. I love you all. I'm out of here. Peace.